Good YouTube, Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that instant playoff basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube, exclusively on there forever. We're gonna talk about them Denver Nuggets ended up beating the Minnesota Timberwolves 116 to 105. The Timberwolves won the first quarter 33 to 23. That's the way they had to come out, obviously, because they was on the road trying to win and steal a game one so they can get home court advantage. But second quarter, Denver won that one 39 to 29. Then they won the third quarter 29 to 17. And then they lost the fourth quarter 26 to 25. But since they already had the lead going into the fourth quarter and they did give up a 21 to 8 run to the Timberwolves, they were still able to close them out by 11. Timberwolves first, Julius Randle ended up helping the team a lot in this one. But not only that, every starter ended up scoring in double figures for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Julius Randle gave you 16. He had a lot of shots near the basket, a lot of fadeaways, but he did go 0-3 from the three-point line, 7-16 from the field, 2-2 from the free throw line. He had 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 1 offensive rebound, 4 personal fouls, and was a -9 in plus minus. Just a really good game from him. Obviously, you look at him and you see the mismatches not really being there too much for him. The Denver Nuggets really can throw a lot of bodies at him, and he still was able to get his, though, so you had to be happy about that. Jaden McDaniels played 33 minutes. He had the mid-range going in the drives. He finished 6 of 14 from the field. He went 0 of 4 from 3. Obviously, you wanted him and Randall to make at least 1 or 2, but it didn't happen. He went 4 of 4, though, from the free throw line. He had 8 boards, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 3 offensive boards, 4 personal fouls, was a -17 and plus minus. He didn't really lock up anybody. He didn't really make it too difficult on the Nuggets. They left guys open. They got guys good looks regardless of who was on the perimeter. Dante DiVincenzo got off to a decent start. He played 31 minutes, had 12 points. He went 4 of 9 from the field, but he finished 4 of 7 from 3, meaning all his threes was his makes, and then he missed everything else, including some 2-pointers. He did have 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, and 2 steals. And he had 3 personal fouls, was a 0 and plus minus. The 3-point shots was a good way to start off the game, but then he kind of was gone for the rest of it. Rudy Gobert, 38 minutes, 17 points. He went 8 of 9 from the field. He went 1 of 5 from the free throw line. He had 10 boards. He went and got a double-double. That's all you really want from him, just to make the shots near the basket, rebound at a high level, just try to guard Jokic as well as you can one-on-one, make it as difficult as possible. Don't send him to the free throw line. Rudy Gobert had 1 personal foul. Jokic is good knowing when to score, knowing when to pass, and knowing how to get his shot when he wants to, so he got no blocks. But that doesn't mean he didn't play good basketball defensively and offensively. And on top of that, he went 1 of 5 from the free throw line. That was the worst thing he did besides have 3 turnovers in this one. Anthony Edwards ended up playing 38 minutes. He had 22 points. He went 7 of 19 from the field. He took a lot of shots, the most on the team, but it didn't really amount to much because he also went 2 of 9 from 3. So he took some shots that was questionable. He took some shots that he liked, but it just wasn't giving him the results that he needed in this one. He went 6 or 7 from the free throw line. That was good, though, that he was able to get there and knock down basically all of them. He did have 9 rebounds and 7 assists. They would try to take him out the game as much as they could. They try to make it as tough as they could on him. They try to make him take some shots that he really didn't want to take, but he still thought that he could. But he still also passed up shots, and it was a good thing because his teammates was able to get good looks because of it. And then he had 3 turnovers and 3 blocks. 3 blocks ended up being game high for the Timberwolves and in the game in general. Not only that, he had 4 personal fouls and was a -3 and plus minus. Kyle Anderson played 7 minutes. He didn't score at all because he didn't take no shots, but he did have 1 turnover and a steal, and the personal foul was a 0 and plus minus. Nas Reed, he came in and played 17 minutes. He only gave you 5, though. He went 2 of 6 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. Some of his shots he just flat out blown and mistimed them. But other than that, he did have the most rebounds off the bench with 3. That's low, but that was what they got from him. And the rest of the bench, he also had 2 assists, 2 turnovers, and a steal. He ended the game with 4 personal fouls in 17 minutes. It was a -7 and plus minus. Mike Conley did play. It was only 11 minutes, and he made a 3. That was his only shot. He had one rebound, two assists, no turnovers, and a steal. One personal foul and was a zero and plus minus. Ao Desumu, 28 minutes, it was the most off the bench. He had 14 points and ended up being the most off the bench. He also took the most shots. He went 5 of 10 from the field, gave some drives and hit some threes, finished 3 of 7 from 3. 101 from the free throw line. He had one assist, one turnover, and a steal. Two personal fouls and was a minus 8 and plus minus. And then Bones Highland played 5 minutes. He went 0 of 3 from the field. He missed his only three-pointer. He did have one rebound, no turnovers, and a personal foul, and was a minus 3 and plus minus. And then you look at the Denver Nuggets, they ended up having a good game. They trailed, they got back in it. They had some back and forth with the Timberwolves, but eventually they created enough separation to win. Every starter for the Nuggets also ended up scoring in double figures in points. Aaron Gordon, 29 minutes, he had 17 points. He went 5 of 10 from the field, but he did go also 1 of 5 from 3. And obviously he's a good three-point shooter, and he had good looks. He just couldn't make none of them, but he still was able to score some good shots around the basket. And he did go 6 of 8 from the free throw line, using his athleticism and his IQ to be able to get good looks and fearlessness to attack the basket. He did also have 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 4 offensive boards, 3 personal fouls. It was a plus 8 and plus minus. Cam Johnson kept taking the 3. Then he was able to get to the rim a couple times. He finished with 12 points in 33 minutes. He went 5 of 12 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3. He had 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 personal foul, was a plus 5 and plus minus. Nikola Jokic played 40 minutes. That was the most on the team. He did a good job of driving. He did a good job of trying to create space. He did finish with a triple-double for people that want to know that. 11 assists, 13 boards, 11 to 19 shooting from the field. That's a good amount of shots for him, and they all was decent looks besides going 2 of 7 from 3. The threes was good looks. He just didn't make enough of them, but it didn't really matter. He also made his only free throw. They did a good job of keeping him off the free throw line. Like I said before, you want to do that because he can knock those down at a good rate too, and those are the easiest shots you can get. And it gives his teammates him rest, which they don't really need. If you trying to beat them, you want to tire them out and make their legs a little weak. Other than that, 5 turnovers for Jokic. That's a lot for him. But he did have 1 steal, 1 offensive board, 3 personal foul, was a plus 9 and plus minus. And Jamal Murray did a good job of attacking. Didn't make no threes though. He went 0 of 8 from 3. You thought that'd be a reason why they'd be in a tough situation to win it. But he went 16 of 16 from the free throw line. They just kept baiting and just falling for everything he was doing. He kept his handle alive. He moved and probed around the court so much that they just didn't know how to stop him or keep up with him. And if I don't he ended up finding some good looks throughout the entire game. The problem was he went 0 of 8 from 3 and 7 of 22 from the field. Took a lot of jumpers, took a lot of threes. They didn't fall the way that he wanted to, but he stayed aggressive. He stayed looking for ways to put the ball in the basket, and that's how he ended up with 16 free throws. He did have 5 rebounds and 7 assists. That's still a good amount considering that he shared it with Jokic with the ball. He did have 2 turnovers, 2 personal fouls, was a plus 13 and plus minus. Christian Braun was left open a lot. He played 36 minutes and ended up with 12 points. You just happy he scored in double figures. He went 4 of 10 from the field. He went 2 of 3 from 3 and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. All good looks, even the misses. He did have 8 boards and 1 assist. 2 personal fouls, 1 offensive board, no personal fouls. Well, 2 personal fouls, 1 offensive, in a 0 and plus minus. Spencer Jones hit the wide open 3 and got to the free throw line. He finished with 5 points in 9 minutes. He went 2 of 3 from the free throw line and 101 from 3. He had no turnovers, no personal fouls, was a plus 2 and plus minus. Jonas Valanciunas played 8 minutes. He didn't score a basket because he didn't take any, but he did get 3 rebounds and a turnover. He did also have 3 personal fouls, and this one just was a little too slow and late, but he was a plus 2 and plus minus. Tim Hardaway Jr. took some tough shots, but he finished 2 of 6 from the field, 1 of 3 from the 3-point line, 2 of 2 from the free throw line for 7 points. And he did play the most minutes off the bench with the 24. He did also have 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, a steal in the block. 1 personal foul, and was a plus 9 and plus minus. And then Bruce Brown, 21 minutes, he had 8 points. He went 3 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. Just found ways to get open. Some he just missed, some was contested. It can be that way. You still got to try to take it. You still got to try to put your effort to make them. He did have the most rebounds off the bench with 7. He had the most assists off the bench with 3. He always knows when to give up the ball and when to take the shot. And a lot of it's easy because when you get 5 steals, it can be that way. The problem is it's hard to get 5 steals in the game, especially in 21 minutes. But his effort and his ability to want to be a winner ended up playing out well for him in the Nuggets because of that. And then he had 2 offensive boards, 2 personal fouls, and was a +7 and plus minus. Both teams shot 87 field goals. The Denver Nuggets made 44% of theirs, while the Timberwolves shot 46% of theirs. 36 3-pointers taken by the Nuggets. They shot 28% from three, while the Timberwolves shot 34 and they shot 32% from three. The difference was the 33 free throws that the Nuggets took, and they made it at 91% from the free throw line, while the Timberwolves only took 19 and they only made 74% of theirs. And then 47 rebounds by the Nuggets, 43 for the Timberwolves, 27 assists by the Nuggets, 21 from the Timberwolves. Both teams had 13 turnovers and 7 steals, 1 block, and for the Nuggets, and 3 for the Timberwolves. 8 offensive rebounds for the Nuggets, 7 for the Timberwolves, 39 defensive rebounds for the Nuggets, 36 for the Timberwolves, 17 personal fouls for the Nuggets, 25 for the Timberwolves. Just a really, really good game from the Denver Nuggets. I really like what they was doing. They made it tough on themselves defensively, and they did, miss a lot of wide open looks. But just the fact that they kept putting their head down, kept forcing the Timberwolves to guard the whole 24 seconds, and it's either a foul, a layup, or a three, or we're just gonna get Jokic to get those same opportunities from him, or we can just give it to Murray. He can get the same opportunities for himself and for us too. It's a system that's tough to stop because they just have everybody being involved, everybody being tough to guard, and their 2 best players are good one-on-one players, and they find ways to help each other out to get easy opportunities or decent looks that you just say, man, it's just hard to stop them for a whole 48 minutes. And that's how they get you. They just keep going and going and going and going and going. And if you make a mistake, they're going to find a guy. If you make a mistake, they're going to take the shot. If you make a mistake, they're going to do it again until the game is over. And if you can't keep up with it, or you can't stop it, or you can't get enough turnovers, or you can't make enough shots, especially from three, you have a good chance of being in a close one or losing by double figures, which the Timberwolves found themselves doing, and that wasn't good because it helped them lose the game, which isn't a surprise in this one. But they fought, they did what they could, they kept it close, they made a late run. It just wasn't enough to get the win. And when you're going against a great team like the Nuggets, you got to match that great energy. If not, you're going to fall short. And sometimes the Timberwolves can be that way. Sometimes they can do those type of things, and that's why I didn't pick them to win this series. But we have to see what adjustments they make, what they try to do in the next game, and we're gonna see if the Nuggets try to do a lot of the same things and see if the Timberwolves can guard it better and find a way to exploit some other things that can help them score better and more consistently to hang with the Nuggets to be able to steal or win the game. Comment, like, subscribe, share the notification bell to get that analysis when it first come out. Also, y'all stay blessed up, y'all stay good, peace, and I'll see y'all later today, hopefully with more analysis.